Hi everyone, Lego has released official images of the latest idea set, the A-frame cabin. So this comes directly after the kind of disastrous football table, which I personally do like, but I can accept that it was kind of a failure for the most part. But this A-frame cabin looks really good, actually. It is going to be retailing for £160 in the UK and $180 in the US. It's coming on the 4th of February 2023 with, of course, the VIP early access, a few days earlier, which I think is a nice thing, but I really don't think this set's going to sell out. I think it has its charm, as we can see, but ultimately there are also some deficiencies. But let's take a spin around it. Yeah, I think the one thing I really like about this set is the fact that it's completely closed up. So as you can see from all sides, you're not going to be seeing the completely opened up back, unlike the original design, I don't think. But on the other hand, as you can see, the trees, they're reasonably tall, don't get me wrong, but compared to the original design, there's much less foliages, I think. So that's a little bit disappointing. But ultimately, and also the stairs, I think we can see it from a closer look later on. But at least this thing is completely modular. And you can also take the roofs off for easier access with your fingers, to place the minifigures, to play with it. So this is both a good display set and play set, I think. So, a closer look at the stairs, you can see, there's definitely some difference in terms of how the stairs are being interpreted by the Lego designers and, of course, the fan designer himself. Yeah, but it looks almost a bit too smooth, I think. Like there's just something a little bit weird about that. Compared to the original design, I like the fact that they're using Thor's hammer. I think, if I'm not mistaken, as the sort of texture bricks sort of thing. So that's pretty interesting. Trees again, not my cup of tea for sure, but you know, it's the common problem with Lego leaf pieces in general. Maybe they can find a way to just make better ones. I don't know. Okay, so you can see this A-frame cabin mainly consists of a relatively large living area. There's a typewriter in there, very nice touch. Maybe it's some sort of a writing retreat. I don't know. And then there's also a really nice attic sort of bedroom sort of thing. I really do hope there is access between floors. At least, indication, just add a ladder or something. I can't see that from these pictures. So hopefully there will be a review coming up soon and we can see more closely what it's all about. Because you can't ask the minifigures to just climb down, from the roof or something. It just doesn't make sense. And then yeah, trees. Okay, the nice picnic areas here. So mushrooms and stuff. Pretty nice stuff. It's always a pretty nice scenery, but I just wish that the foliages could be better. The canoe as well included, and the guitar. So pretty nice retreat sort of thing. Personally, I'm not investing in source material. I've never seen an A-frame cabin in my life, and I really don't know how it works, but it is nonetheless a charming set in and of itself. So I think that shows the general appeal of the set. It's definitely not a day one purchase for me personally, but I can see the appeal to some people who might have seen the source material and all that stuff. So you can see the promotional materials. This is an upstairs hideaway. I hope it's not too hidden. At least there's some indication of floor to floor accessibility. Of course, write a novel and stuff. Yeah, I really like this particular idea. It makes a lot of sense to me personally. And then yeah, just in general, very, very good vibe in general. But I think the same can be said about 99% of Lego sets. So But going back to the price itself. Okay, going back to the price itself. £160 for this, I think it's a little bit too much. Because if you like the closer comparison, would be the medieval blacksmith set. So that one originally retailed for £130 as illustration. So that's £30 cheaper than this one. Of course, now with the price increase, everything is risen up, and even the medieval blacksmith is selling at £160 full price. However, I still think the medieval blacksmith set is better in terms of having more interior space. I would say the minifigures might be, the blacksmith might be winning in that regard as well. So I just think in terms of value, in terms of even number of pieces, perhaps the A-frame cabin is inferior, but it's still a good set. It's artistically appealing. It's something different, especially to people who've never seen an A-frame cabin before. And I do like the idea of a retreat. So, I think this set certainly would appeal to some people. But I think, for instance, since I'm living in the UK, I know that this set is going to be available at some third-party retailers at some point. For instance, John Lewis, and then some department stores. And then they're going to price discount the set by, like, say, 15-20%. And I think at that sort of range, this might become more reasonable, because as you can see, even idea sets these days go on sale. The latest example would be the table football sets, which have been going on sale for 30%, even on Lego.com. So I don't expect that the same to happen to the A-frame cabin. I do think this would be a more popular model. However, I would expect this set to go on sale at some point at third-party retailers. That's what I'm trying to say. And I do think 120 or 100, even £110 for this thing would be a lot more reasonable than what they're charging you right now. Because, if you remember, the modular sets from the past 2 years are also selling for this sort of price. So is this going to be comparable to any of those modular sets? I don't think so. This is a charming little set, don't get me wrong, but in terms of value, I do think this has to go on sale for most of us. Unless you're a fanatic in the A-frame cabin and you really like the source material, you even live in one maybe, and that would make a lot of sense to you to buy that. For generic Lego fans like me, or a lot of us, I do think this is not going to be appealing enough. But that's all I have to say about this set, really. Overall, it's a nice set, certainly worth picking up, but not for people like me, perhaps. But certainly good enough, I think. I'd say, as a Lego's idea set. So do let me know what you think about this set. Would you buy it on day one? Would you be waiting for a sale? Any other observations that you made about the set that makes it more value adding? Certainly there are a lot of details that I might have missed and haven't been able to see, in these pictures. And I do look forward to reviews coming out. So thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you again very soon.